So hi, we're going to talk about something today. All newcomers, all beginners, they always trade on 1 minute time frames. But what about the 2 minute time frames? Nobody uses that. Well, I'm going to teach you how to do it today. My name is Jamison, and today I'm going to be training you on how to trade using the 2 minute time frame. And also, bonus point, if you stick till the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to use AI powered tools to help yourself make the most you can make. Let's see what we have. Okay, so it's time to dive in and into the best strategy that we have now is first. Let's go for a 2 minutes chart. So the main indicator here is the Stochastic Oscillator. We're going to be using that. It has 2 lines, and when the green line is on top, we are in an uptrend, and if the red line is above, we're heading down. But more important are these zones above the central channel. As you can see, the signal price reversals. I have just showed you an overbought condition, and here's an oversold one now. It has just concluded with a small price bounce. So here's another example that signals a temporary pause. This principle is simple. When we see overbought or oversold conditions, we should expect a change in direction. So now what we have here is the second nuance, line crossovers. As I mentioned, the red line is above, and we were likely to have a decline. If it's green, it's the opposite. It means the asset is growing. We can simply track price reversals through the crossovers and enter the market at the right time. So Stochastic is a versatile indicator, and I'll break down its settings in details in a little bit. We also have a second tool here that deserves attention, and it's called Fractals. Fractals are the best assistants for identifying levels, a breakout or any of them for a reason to enter the market. But you can also trade reversals and bounces of these zones to opposite direction. So if we see that a level can be broken, the asset is almost guaranteed to fail. Combine this with Stochastic signals and you get the perfect strategy for starting out in trading. I'll prove it to you with live trades right now. Okay, so we have our first trade is a call. It's upward, and I'm ready to explain the analysis. We've got a Stochastic in overbought zone here, but the green line is on top, which means that we're still in a growth phase. So confidence comes from the breakout of this fractals level here. We had a retest. Now it's in support. We are likely to keep climbing with this. That's all we need to know. Now we just wait for our profit. It's important to understand that not all overbought or oversold conditions lead to price reversals. On the contrary, if there's a trend, we'll often stay outside the central channel, and this is where the Stochastic main's advantage over other oscillators come into play. It has 2 lines, and their positioning provides an additional signal for you to use, which is good. It's a plus, it's a merit. By the way, the first trade is already closed, and I clearly see a trend here. We'll keep tracing it despite the overbought condition here. What matters is the green Stochastic line stays above the red one. So the condition is met, and so I'm in trade. While we have time, I can roughly estimate where we are heading. You can see there were 2 previous reversals here, and we're approaching the level again. So growth is almost inevitable right now. So here is my advice. So guys, look, always work with levels, levels, trends, and patterns to give you a deeper understanding of the market. I often talk about things like this and everything that comes with tips and other things on my Telegram channel. So I would like you to join if you're interested. Links in the description below. You also find, free signals. It's amazing. These are signals that I personally use, so they'll work for you. And if trading feels too difficult, just send me a DM. I'll give you access to automated software. The AI makes trade with decisions of over 71% accuracy. Yes, that is amazing. My accuracy is solid too, but this is also amazing. So I just closed another trade now. So if this asset doesn't disappoint me in the next few minutes, I'll confidently enter the market again. What matters to us is that using Stochastic doesn't drop out from the overbought zone and the green line stays on top. So no need to drag it out. We can enter immediately. The situation remains good. It's positive. Let me highlight what we're focusing on here. So we're near the boundary of a key level, but haven't broken through it yet. That should happen within the next minute or so. So let's wait and see what our result is going to be. So there we have it. Perfect. So you can see here we immediately moved upward with a strong green candle. When the chart gives us this formation of small wicks, large bodies, one, they're one after another, you can be sure that you're in the right place at the right time for trading. Overall, trading trends is always more enjoyable, especially if you're a beginner just starting to learn the ropes of market trading. It's always useful at this point. In this situation, Stochastic is a great compromise between an oscillator and a long-term indicator. Another profit, and it's time for us to switch charts. So continuing with our aggressive push, I'm in the long trade, and here's why. So we've exited oversold conditions, and now the green line is on top, which is what we want. So let's see. So the best moment to enter is during a major price reversal, and for full confidence, let's highlight this fractals level here. So there was another one earlier, and both gave the same signals. So here's the freshest one, and it's also very useful. This breakout combined with bounces off the previous levels is an extra argument in the favor of growth. So while we are analyzing the charts, the expiration is almost over. I'd say this is just perfect. The more you can read from the market in real time, the better your forecast is. This doesn't mean like overcomplicating things or stuff like that. Just focus on doing the most probable signals that you have available. So by the way, the trade is already closed, and I'm almost certain I'll enter another one right here. So personally, I see trading as the art of finding moments, and once you found one, you need to squeeze the maximum out of it. So from my experience, the biggest points come biggest profits come in series. That's when you don't switch charts but open trades one after another, step by step. So right now I'm doing exactly that. We've got such a textbook setup here that there's barely any need for us to even talk or even comment on it. Let me drop some beginner advice while we're at it. Friends, if you're watching me literally print money out of thin air, I started with about $50 here and planning to turn this into several $1,000s, and we're going to see it here. I have some advice for you that you want to listen to. I'm sure you're eager to follow my path and make just as much, if not more, with your enthusiasm, but I want to give you some warning before you start doing that. So accelerated growth is a risky tool for pros. One mistake and you can wipe out your entire deposit. I can afford to risk, but if you've only got $50, don't push it. Just risk maybe something like out of your $50, you could risk 2.5. That's 5% of your money, 5% of your dollars of your deposit out of your 50, and that's enough for you when you're just beginning and when you're just starting out, so you have something to bounce back on if it doesn't work. Okay, another win. Let's switch charts and we're going to keep going. So another prime profits opportunities here. Let's break down the indicators making this possible. So looking at Stochastic here, which has already exited oversold territory with the green line on top. The asset itself, it's rising from fractals level bounce. So our analysis is fully aligned here. So there's nothing holding the price back now. So personally, I expect a strong upwards move for this. By the way, on a larger scale, the situation looks pretty questionable, of course, and we're clearly in a downtrend. I personally interpret this as a correction, which should end sooner or later. I think this is the exact moments that I know that. So we're in a position. This is the right time. At least for now, the price isn't letting us down. Just close the trade successfully and immediately switching charts. No need to take unnecessary risks. Okay, now here's a setup that definitely deserves our attention. Let's trade a volatile market now. So I'm entering the formation based on the exit from oversold territory here, and the asset keeps touching this zone, and large players are actively buying it up from here. So right now we've got a sharp breakout upwards, breaching the old key level. Let's hope for consolidation and further price growth after that. So personally, I consider these formations risky, but trading is risk in exchange for money, so we are giving it a shot. Hopefully this won't be to my downfall. So to be honest, not every acceleration ends in success. In fact, one profitable trade often comes with maybe 3 losses or so. but this profit still covers all those losses, so that's the good part of it. Okay, so balance is back up. Let's move on to the final trade. So we're finishing with the safest setup here. Now we're in a downtrend. Moving within a channel, we should drop it now. We can drop it again now. So the red line on the Stochastic confirms it, and we're also having a bounce from the fractal level of our trend line. In other words, we've got 3 arguments pointing to the same conclusion. You won't find a more reliable and safer trade in all of trading, my friends. So just watch this. But even one such as this can fail. Today I'm showing you all the best, starting options, but that doesn't mean it will solve all your problems. So develop your own approach, try new things and upgrade on the old ones. And if you need help, reach out, and I'm always there, and I'm always happy to assist you. Okay, so I've hit my goals. Friends, it's time for a coffee break, and I'll show you guys the settings. All right, let's start from scratch. Be sure to set the 2-minute time frame and add indicators. They're in the right hand column here. So we don't change the fractal, but it's important to tweak the Stochastic. Watch how I set parameters now and replicate them on your end. So you can take a screenshot so you don't lose it either. You can just use this for yourself later. So personally, I also changed the indicator style. I color it green and red. I make the lines more visible, and I highlight the the channel boundaries. So it's up to you how to use the style, how to style the indicator. Everything is ready, and I'm wishing you success on your own. Just 2 indicators and a 2-minute time frame, and you can change yourself for the better. Look, it's amazing, and you've just seen what we did in this video now, and you can tell that it's legit. So you want to do more of this? All you need to do is jump into my Telegram. The link is in the description below. Write to me and I'll help you, and you get it for absolutely free. So that's all for now, guys. Smash a like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.